Museum of Art and History serves the community in several ways, and one of those is the community garden on Pepper Street. We're joined now by Lori Jones to talk about this resource, providing a natural sanctuary as well as plans for it in the future. Good afternoon, Lori. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, and I mean, this fall weather, you definitely want to be outside as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Just getting that fresh air is so important for our daily lives. So how did this garden get started?
The garden actually started like the late 80s, early 90s by the master gardeners who lived in Christiansburg and wanted a closer place to do their volunteer hours in conjunction with the Montgomery Museum staff. So they started this garden early on and very simply by purchasing a few plants, getting plants donated from other gardeners, and they just sort of had whatever appeared to be planted for a while.
Yeah, and that's been a nice long time,
It
well
has,
over 35 years and
yes,
still growing. And
absolutely.
how does this actually help support the museum's mission?
We have several programs that are part of the garden. It's usually a part of some of our bigger events like Heritage Day. We have activities up at Pepper Street and in the garden. The organizations like the Virginia Native Plant Society will have a plant sale there, have information about sustainability, about planting with natives. The master gardeners themselves will have plant clinics. And there are always activities for kids there. We also do art exhibits in the garden, and so we'll have folks who can purchase a piece of, it's basically like a piece of wood that's shaped like a flower, and then they paint it, decorate it.
Oh, nice.
It's displayed in the garden. We have a display right now of various sculptures by local artists, which is fascinating. There's some really fun things in the garden right now to see.
Yeah, I love the blending the indoor and the outdoor, you know, bringing the art world outside. And, you know, as gardens continue growing, they're always under development. So do you have anything particular that you're planning for the garden?
We have actually recently applied for a grant to help develop like a kids corner in the garden.
Oh, nice.
So we want to actually establish a space that we can fit kids furniture in there, have a little library with books in it specifically for them, and plants that are more spaced so that they're at their eye level, as well as some that are bigger and can create kind of a sense of privacy, a little bit of screening, just for a space where they can get creative and do things that they like to do outdoors.
Yeah, I love everything about that, getting them to be outside reading, appreciating gardening, perhaps, you know, getting them to plant a garden in their own backyard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We do a lot of different things in the garden. The master gardeners and volunteers at the museum are amazing in terms of the work that they do to keep the garden up. Maintenance-wise, they also do integrative planting with vegetables, and we have donated over 150 pounds of vegetables to local food banks just this season.
That's wonderful. So it's not just the beauty of the flowers and the plants, but you're also helping to feed the community with this garden.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. And they have recently also participated in the tagging monarchs. We had so many monarchs.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah, it was really fun to see them flitting around, but there were some volunteers who started tagging some of them in the larger program that's monitoring the monarchs.
Yeah, now, of course, it takes a lot of volunteers to
all
keep this
over the
garden
world.
maintained, and so you're always looking for people to help out. If somebody's interested in volunteering, what should they do?
They can go to our website, montgomerymuseum.org. There's a page for the garden there, and our work days are scheduled Wednesdays from 9 to 11 and 3 to 5, and on Saturdays from 2 to 4. We also have some other volunteers who come at other times, so if those don't work for folks, we can usually figure out a time that will work.
And you can make a difference in your community and get outside and get some fresh air. And what are the hours for the garden?
The garden itself is opened on to dusk pretty much every day, so you can visit anytime.
That's wonderful. We got the address there on your screen on South Pepper Street in Christiansburg. As Lori said, daily, dusk until dawn. All right, Lori, thank you so much for coming in today and telling us about this beautiful garden.
Thanks for having us, and we welcome everybody. Hope you'll visit soon.
Wonderful. All right, thank you.